It's actually a designer brand.
Oh.
It's so weird.
Good morning and welcome to the Doghouse podcast. My name is Donna Williams and today we have DJ and he brought his little buddy here named Goyard. And today we are talking about breeding and the importance of having a good breeder, why people breed, why people shouldn't breed, what to look out for when you are breeding. And as a consumer, you know, when you are buying any kind of particular breed, you want to make sure that you get it from a reputable breeder, someone that has good quality, has a good bloodline, and the bottom line is just not for them just to, you know, breed them and just sell them for whatever. So today we have DJ who brought his little nugget here, who is gonna showcase his little bloodline and why he breeds and what makes him so special and who you sell to and what your guidelines are when it comes to selling to someone.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, one thing about all that, and and just even starting breeding, you know what I mean? Just like I said, like main thing is name. You know who you get it from. You know that's number one because you want to go to somebody that's everybody at least knows, and so you know what kind of quality you're getting for your dog. You know what I mean? And not everybody got a name, and not everybody, so that's why you really got as a person be judging on who you trust and what you see, especially like if you go and see someone's dog, well, check how they're breeding their dogs. So you go see their kennel or how they do it, you know what I mean? Really be thorough on who you go to, and that's why I said dog breeding just not for everybody to actually do all that, so that's why I always be thorough on who you go to and who you want to be associated with and stuff like that, because everybody around here just trying to cut corners and make $1 and do all this other stuff, and and it's hard to just stop it, but man, people are just gonna do it regardless. So that's why I said be very thorough on who you go to. Thorough is everything in this
Yes.
game. And
So I think we were just talking a little earlier before we started in reference to, what your guidelines are when you adopt your babies out, because from me working on the rescue side, I understand the dark side of breeding.
definitely,
And if everybody knows, there is puppy mills everywhere. The conditions these poor animals are in is horrific. Okay, they are just they're not pets, they're used as a commodity. They're sold just to be sold. It's just, I can't even explain how horrible it is to see these animals just used as a breeding mill, and then they're discarded like trash afterwards, So, and then I also see the good side of breeding and what breeding does, because, breeding there's a lot of particular breeds, there's breeds in general that are used for a purpose.
Oh, yeah.
They are bred to herd, they are bred to protect, these are things that breeding is good for, so I do see the good side, but unfortunately we live in a world right now where people are just breeding left and right.
Yeah,
And it's not.
it's sad to say. I know
That's right, and it's not about the quality, and it's not about keeping a good bloodline, and it's about the bottom line, which is their pocket,
Yep.
and not making sure that these animals are taken care of, that you are going to these homes, making sure that your puppies are going to the right family, and that they are not being mistreated or used for other things. As you know, there's a lot of dog fighting. There's just a lot of, we've got designer dogs now, okay? So when you look at it, what are these breeds? What is their purpose? There is no purpose. They are just bred for the humans because that's what humans want. Just like a human wants a Louis Vuitton. Now
It's
they
the
want a
same
Louis
thing.
Vuitton puppy to stick in the bag. It's
Yeah.
not about, the quality of the dog. It's about them downsizing the puppies, making all these little, not generic, but designer puppies in all shapes and sizes.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely,
so yeah, so it's really important if you are looking for a good breeder. There's people I know, and as he breeds, he does things a little different than some other breeders, and I think
Go ahead.
more of the people that breed for show dogs, they make them sign contracts.
Yeah.
And maybe that's something that you might want to do in the future, so people are not taking your, you know, your stud fees and all that stuff, and they're downsizing his, you know, his genes to make other things that shouldn't be
Soon,
going.
once I do something like that, well, I'm gonna cut off from where, like, basically knowing that I'm gonna do it myself. I will only have the only breeding for him or anything like that, though. But in the beginning, yeah, you want to show what he's produced. You still want to show what he can do. You know what I mean? To any, you know, to people in himself. That's what makes him worth more, or anything, or anybody in general wants to use him. You know what I mean? To even start off as a breeder and stuff like that. Because when it comes to mine, I'm always about quality. You know what I mean? Quality is everything, and people I choose to even give a dog to or even do breedings with. Like I said, that's in the beginning. It's always being thorough on who you do. You know what I mean? So like when you get a dog, I tell you, let them show your kennel how they do it. If they show you that, then they'll tell you what type of person they are as a dog breeder and anything. You see the way their kennel is, or you see dog the way they're. That's gonna show you everything about a breeder, you know what I mean? And that's what you look at, you know. So if you cut that corner, you just, oh look, that dog looks nice, but see what else is around it, you know. See how this guy breeds, see everything, you know. That's how you do it, because everybody's not meant to be a breeder, you know. It's hard work, time, effort, you know what I mean? Just feeding them, spending time with. They want love. They got, you know, they just want as much attention as we want from anybody, you know what I mean? Just showing love to them, you know, just to be affectionate, going outside, you know what I mean? It's a lot of work to even start off, you know, and a lot of people just don't understand that, you know. In the background, everybody thinks you grab a dog. Nah, there's so much more behind all this, you know. It's really 24/7, you know, maintenance of just keeping up with them and just spending all that time with them, just to show them that love, you know. And every dog don't want to be in a cage all day, or, you know what I mean, just being there, just poop, pee, and not picking up, and, you know, just it's bad out there, you know. Don't, man, I seen where people, I had to be like, man, y'all, yeah, I can't have associate with none of that, you know what I mean? And it's sad to say, but it's just what's going on right now, you know. And that's why it comes down to make sure who you get your dog from, and always be thorough on what you see and all that, you know what I mean? Always check their kennels, you know. So I'll tell you, that would show everything about a person, you know what I mean? That would make sure you're like, okay, yeah, he's doing what he's supposed to, you know what I mean? Clean, this, that, on top of them, how they look, healthy, you know what I mean? Making sure they're not, you know, all, you know, hair loss, this, that, you know what I mean? All that comes into effect, you know what I mean, when it comes to this game and stuff like that. And me, I came in with a passion, because all my dogs growing up, they were all rescues. You know what I'm saying? Every dog, to Chihuahuas, to German Shepherds, to all types of dogs. Every dog I done found, you know. And this time when I finally got into it, you know, I want to do something different to show quality. And, you know, it's more than money to me, you know, don't get me wrong. But, you know, it's money does have to do with it, because I got to feed them. I got to give them their life that they, you know, he's better than some people for sure. You know what I mean? Like,
so right now, I'm sure you already know that, you know, these Frenchies are a hot commodity.
Oh, yes,
Okay,
definitely.
people are kidnapping dogs because they're held for ransom, because these dogs are the big numbers right now when it comes to people will get jacked in the middle of the street and steal these dogs, because they know their owners are willing to pay to get them back, because the amount of money that you spend just to get one of these dogs is already is already expensive. You know, so on my side, I see all these particular breeds come to my rescue. Every kind of breed that you can think of has come through my rescue because of backyard breeding, or they get these dogs and they don't know what they're getting into. You know, they just see these puppies and it's cute, and they don't understand the the background and what these particular breeds are bred for, or what their purpose is. And then you see them at the shelters, you see them roaming the streets, you know. So as a breeder, I'm the polar opposite. Do I believe in breeding? Yes, because I think there's a purpose for breeding. But then I see the polar opposite side, which is you know, I'm the person that says, why are we still breeding when there's so many dogs that we can save? Here in Texas, it's a horrible, horrible situation where we are euthanizing dogs left and right because
Just so
all the
many.
shelters, all the
Yeah.
rescues, everybody that you can think of is filled to capacity because of backyard breeding. Humans not doing their part when they get an animal to spay and neuter with all these amazing programs that we have out here, that we can really stop the homeless population of animals if the humans would actually do their part and actually care for the animals. But we live in a world of
No one does that, and I feel like when they get a dog or any, I feel like that's where they lack. Some people just don't really know, and so when they get into it, they're so far in, they're just, dang, I can't sell a dog or this, so that's what makes them get rid of them or doing that. But it's because
Giving
they
free
don't know
puppies.
what they don't know what they're doing, you know. So that's
Exactly.
why they got needing more knowledgeable on what they're doing before they do it. So when they get stuck with all these dogs and just sitting here and be like, dang, I just got this dog now, I can't sell 'em because, like I said, it's your name. You got to know what you are doing. Be aware of all the things what goes on behind all this, you know, and be ready for it. Because if you're not, like I said, when people are tired, they're like, you know what, I give up. Then you got all these rescue dogs because look, they gave up and not knowledge on what really goes on. If they're not willing to waste that time and effort and really sacrifice that, you know, they don't deserve to actually be breeding or doing nothing like that, you know, because like I said, it all a lot coming, you know, I done blood, sweat, and tears. I done backed around all this, and then I done built a whole business out of it. You know, I done got my own shop now. You know, I got a whole lot of things going. Now I sell supplies, medicines for the dogs, all you know, good things for them to help them. You know, be who they are. You know what I mean? Supplements for their coats and stuff like that. You know, it really does shows you where you want to be. You know, and like me, that's why I dedicated everything in my life for them. You know, and to actually be something different, not just a backyard breeder and stuff
Yes.
like that. You know what I mean? All my dogs are climate control. They don't know what heat is. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? They're
That's great.
spoiled. They're
Yes.
just all of them. They're just crazy. I treat it so much more than that. Like my last dog that died, I cried. I was in tears. I don't even cry like that. And just to see one of my dogs got stung by a bee and there was allergic reaction.
Oh,
So
wow.
something that just happened out of
Happens, yeah.
nowhere, you know, just life cycles, you know what I
Yes.
mean? And it's just some things, man, I was in tears and I couldn't, man, it broke me, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I treat them all like my kids, you know, I
Yeah.
bottle fed them and stuff like that. And, you know, me, it's more emotional, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's why at the end of the day, that's why even when I sell it to, I'm always, you know, who I sell it to. Yeah, when you spend this type of money, so I at least know you're going to make sure you're not just giving, like, this ain't no $200-300 so you can just
Yeah.
throw it away. So when you spend this type of money, I know more than, you know, sure, you're going to take care. You're not
Yeah.
just going to throw away, you know, that type of money just to be, oh, here it is. And then
Yeah.
I see where you live. I see all that, you know, before I give any of my dogs to people, you know, and
Yeah.
just to make sure I know they're going to be spoiled, you know, just like what I do, you
Yeah.
know, and be loved, you know, especially when they have kids. That's a big
Yeah.
thing. If they have kids, near more that, you know what I mean, you can
Yeah.
tell what environment they'll be in, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's different. Like I said, it's always about reading people, learning all that, you know. And it's hard. It's not easy to do, but you know, you just learn around the way, you know.
Yeah.
Just keep growing. In the beginning, I didn't learn all this stuff, and it took me years to build to where I'm at now, you know, just by failing and, you know, doing what I had to, learning this, talking to people, networking, you know, seeing what else I could do different, or, you know, what else we can change, or this, that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it just, you know, comes down, because I do got a lot of people that even come to the shop too, you know, asking they can't take care of dogs, because I do network with people. We do adoption, like we events and stuff like that, where
That's
people
great.
can come and, you know, check out the dogs there, stuff like that. Because people think, oh, we just deal with Frenchies, bullies, and no, we deal with all dogs. I don't care what dog it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any dog that comes in, you know, we always trying to help or whatever
Yeah.
it is, you know. So I got people with those, you know, those non-kill shelters that
Yeah.
come by, and they, you know, they talk to me, they see what I got going on, so they like all that, you know. And like I said, throwing events, doing like, yeah, it's cool. It brings people there, because not everybody can afford a $10,000 dog, or, you know, it's just
Yeah.
in general. Some people just want a home pet and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and just be, you know. They
Do you
just
want to
some
give a
love.
shout out to your kennel?
Oh, I don't have a kennel.
you don't have- oh, what's
it's
the
just
name of
my
yours?
store. It's Bully World. You know what I
Bully
mean?
World?
Yeah, came a long way.
Oh, there you go.
I ain't gonna lie, did something different out
Yeah.
here and over there in Cypress area, and
Okay.
you know, we basically changed the game. I ain't gonna lie, we out here really doing a name for ourselves to really build what we have going on, you know. And my quality is everything, you know. I like to make myself like Chick-fil-A, you know.
Yep.
That's I try to be just like them, you know what I mean? Just thinking about, you know, people's needs or something, because I've been in all types of situations,
Yeah.
emergencies, or like with dogs happening and stuff like. That's why I build helping kids for people that actually know what they're doing. You know
Good.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
I built it myself because when I first started, when my first bred, I didn't have all the intention. I was going to Walgreens, running back. It was a headache, you know, learning the
Yeah.
stuff, you know, YouTubing stuff like that. And man, it made something of it though. Now I feel like I can help people now get where they need to be. So they just say, because me, I teach people. I don't when they come, I'm trying to knowledge you to do something, not just here, grab this and like as
Yeah.
money, just like the same thing. Nah, I want to knowledge you on what you're doing to make it right. You know, especially the puppy can't be fed or something's going on or internal or this. I'm gonna guide you the right way to how to, you know, go upon that. You know, I got feeding tubes or stuff that we can't
Yeah.
work out, or some things are just out of my control. But to my best ability, I always try to help. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't ever like seeing dogs die or nothing
Yes.
like that. It's just not in my nature. You know what I mean? And I just feel I now at least I can acknowledge people what I didn't do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's what people lack out here, knowledge. You know, and that's
And,
it's
and
sad.
knowledge is power in
It
this
is. It's huge.
in
It's
when
huge.
it comes to pets. And if you can't listen, not everybody can afford one of DJ's puppies or just really reputable breeder puppies. But what you can afford and what you can do is make a difference in adopting a dog. When you adopt from Donna's Love Pet Rescues, and there's a lot of amazing rescues out there, not everybody is on the same page when it comes to rescuing. They use it as just donations and money that comes in, and they're actually not using it for the animals to save the animals. So when you adopt from a rescue or a shelter, what you get is a dog that's already spayed and neutered, a dog that's fully vaccinated. And some of these places actually rehabilitate the dog. They send them through training because we don't know with some of these animals what they have gone through, living on the streets, being
Some of 'em been
abused.
scarred, yeah.
You know, there's a lot of emotions that comes with this package sometimes. And it's not always pretty, but some of these animals deserve the opportunity to, you know, shine in their own light. You know, there's tons of amazing puppies that need to be adopted. But every dog that leaves any kind of rescue should be spayed or neutered, okay? If they're just giving you puppies, if they're not vaccinating, if they don't want to show you like how you like to show your kennels. When they come to Donna's Love Pet Rescue, you see that my dogs are playing with others. They are handled by numerous people. They are loved. They are taken care of. I'm picky about who gets my dogs too, because the last thing I want is them to come back into my rescue. You know, so if you can't afford a dog, rescue, adopt.
Definitely. If you just want emotional, dogs are
Yes.
emotional supports, and they help a lot with people and
Yes.
something to love. Because dogs, all they want is love. That's all they want. You know what I mean? And you do that for them. The rescue dogs are the same thing. If you're trying to have something emotional, or if you feel depressed, or you know,
The
definitely-
value of just having a
that
a
dog,
pet
there's something
into your-
right there. I swear, they're always gonna love you. They're not gonna know the difference.
Never
They
judge.
nothing. They
Never
won't judge
judge.
you. They ain't gonna. They just want to be fed, watered, and go use a restroom. And then they're gonna love you. Love you.
Unconditional.
Oh yeah, they will never see nothing past who you are or what or
That's
nothing.
right.
They just it's something different. You know,
Yeah.
they're just way different. That's why I was like, man, like him, he my right. He goes and gets an anxiety just without me because he knows how much attention I give him.
Yes.
You know, when I'm not there, oh, he's gonna
He
be
gets a little
barking.
anxious,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
definitely, because he knows all the love that I give. Right, go you.
So just to end it, I just want to say that, you know, you have good breeders and you have bad breeders, okay?
Definitely.
So make sure you do your homework. Make sure that before you go buy a dog, any kind of dog, that you know who you're buying from, that the breeder is proud of what they have to show, their kennels, their puppies, what they have. You know, when you see somebody that says, no, you can't go back and look at the kennels, you know, that's a red flag. And if you can't afford a dog, please go adopt.
Definitely,
We have so
definitely.
many amazing, beautiful animals out here in the state of Texas that needs homes. So if you can't buy, adopt.
Definitely, don't be shy, man. Don't be mad because you can't, man. Just all these dogs need the loving too.
Yes.
They need even though all these dogs in the shelter, they need love too. So don't be go out there, grab one if you need it, and just to be with somebody, especially if you have kids. Kids
The
love
value of
yeah,
animals in the house
is
is amazing.
yeah, they'll protect you.
Yes.
They're just like that. They'll know where their home is.
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram, Bully World LLC and Bully World YEC. Those are our 2 pages. You can always check us on there. We got Facebook too, Bully World LLC, and you can always contact us too. You can always Google us. For sure, we'll find us and we'll pop up. And
If anybody has any questions in reference to Frenchies and stuff, they can reach you at that number or
oh yeah,
contact
definitely,
you
yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
Instagram?
My
Okay,
main thing
perfect.
is Instagram, where you can always get a hold of me. Instagram is where I, do all my social media stuff like
Good.
that, getting all my, my name out there. But always can reach me on there. Definitely, if you need dogs, not anything, you know what I mean, something or guidance, I got you. Definitely can hit me up.
Well, once again, thank you, DJ and Go Yard, for
Go
coming
Yard.
out and giving us a little insight about his breeding at Bully World. Until next time.